of the health issues of special concern for women, Gail, is osteoporosis. And joining me now is Dr. Clark Hansen from the Hansen Clinic of Natural Medicine to talk about how your hormones impact your chances of getting osteoporosis. It's good to see you, Dr. Hansen.
Yeah, thanks again for having me here.
Interesting how we're talking about this topic. I'm 40-something. And all of a sudden I'm going, you know, should I start worrying about that? And you were like, absolutely, you should start taking some sort of a supplement.
You need to now, because a woman, when they finally reach menopause, about age 50, you're already lost 50 to 75% of your bone. Wow. It's already gone.
Is that all women?
Yeah, and that's the average for women. At menopause, at age 50, you already lost 50 to 75% of your total bone mass. So you need to start at age 40. Now's the perfect time.
So would you say 80% of the women, is it genetics? How do you know if you have it?
Well, there's a simple urine test that we do in my office that actually measures how much bone you're losing. Okay. And most women don't know, besides calcium and magnesium in a bone, there's collagen. It's 50% of a bone. And collagen, we can measure that, how much is lost every day in the urine. There's a specific collagen in bone. So we measure that amount and see how much you're losing, so we can see if you really are going towards osteoporosis. The other standard test is an X-ray, where you're looking at the bone density, and that's the most effective way to measure the density, but that's an X-ray and it's going to cause risk of cancer. Cancer is someone, obviously, we don't want to have, so we got to avoid those. The other thing that we found out is that there's a drug that just recently ABC News reported, New England Journal of Medicine report January 1st, and that report shows that Fosamax, prescribed to tens of millions of women today, is causing cancer of the esophagus. Women are told, don't lie down for 30 minutes after you take this drug. Wow. Well, that's scary. Why can't I lie down? Because it may sit there on the esophagus and cause erosion. Well, now we know it's not only causing erosion or just irritation, it's causing cancer, and there's 23 cases so far. Ooh. You know, if this was a car, this would be recalled, but it's a drug, and women are just told, we don't know yet, so wow. I say avoid it, because there's natural things we can do.
I was going to ask you, what can we take for osteoporosis? And even if we don't have any of the signs, because you said there's other symptoms of it as well.
Well, there's not a whole lot of symptoms till you break a hip. 25 million Americans have osteoporosis. Tens of millions are now taking drugs like this to prevent it, because when you get a hip fracture, there's about 1.5 hip fractures a year now in America from osteoporosis. 300,000 women who get a hip fracture die within 6 months. So, and that's it between age 50 and 60. So it's definitely something you don't feel until you get that fracture, or you start to get bone breaks. So you got to start now. And so there's nutritional things. Number one, you got to eat a diet that's not too high in protein or too high in dairy. Of course, the Dairy Council is advertising milk makes strong bones. Right. But we all know we shouldn't be eating too much of the fat in milk, so we get skim milk or low-fat milk. That raises the protein. And protein and milk both stimulate acid pH in the body that cause you to lose calcium from your bones. Stimulate parathormone, which causes you to lose calcium from your bones. So don't eat too much protein. Don't eat too much dairy, especially the high protein dairy. So what you want to do is get foods that are deep green leafy vegetables to get your calcium. Thailand, where they eat very little meat and no dairy, they have the lowest incidence of osteoporosis in the world. And the other things that are important is magnesium. People know they should take calcium. Women come to my office with grocery bags of vitamins they're taking. They say, you know, how's the combination? What should I do? I look at them and we start going through them, and we try to combine it so that it makes it simple for them. Because you need magnesium to make sure that the calcium doesn't also being lost from the bone. It's essential. Too much calcium suppresses magnesium. You need magnesium for osteocalcin. That's an important hormone in the body that keeps the calcium in the bones. You also need vitamin K. So if you're deficient in vitamin K, you're not going to get the calcium into the bone. Deficient vitamin D, you're not going to absorb it at all.
See, you're losing me here. See, this is the problem with women when we go to the stores. We're like, which one should we get?
You're grabbing all these things from the shelf.
Exactly.
So what I've done in my 22 years of practice, I put it together in one bottle. This is the only vitamin I know that actually gets the right ratio of calcium and magnesium. I see. It should be the same, and it should be calcium citrate. You talked about Citracal, that's great, but there's not enough magnesium in that product. So this has it combined with the vitamin K, the right amount of magnesium, the right type of calcium, all those components to go together, and then they're natural hormones. Women know estrogen's a part of it, but estrogen, we know, in 2002 we found, increases your risk of breast cancer, strokes, heart disease. So we use natural estrogen, estriol, that will prevent bone loss, but most importantly, progesterone and growth hormone stimulate bone deposit. You can actually increase your bone density by 1.5% a year by taking those. And we test those in our office, find if you're deficient, a natural supplement to build those up.
And you can get all the information. This is great. You're going to have a seminar February 23rd. It is.
Right.
There's a lot of information out there. If you want to learn more so you're better educated on what you should be taking and all of that, there's a seminar February 23rd that Dr. Hansen is having over at the Mustang Library there in Scottsdale. So we can give you all the information. Go to Dr. Hansen's website there, the Hansen Clinic of Natural Medicine, drhansen.com. There is the phone number. Once again, it is February 23rd. That is a Monday. And it's at the Scottsdale
Mustang Library.
Mustang Library. And at what time?
It's at 6:30 to 7:30, and we'll talk about all the hormones. They'll come with all your questions.
Okay.
Everyone who attends is going to get a $50 gift certificate. So call us to get a reservation because it's going to fill up fast.
All right. Thanks, Dr.
Right.
Hansen. That's
Thank
what
you.
we need, more education about what we're taking. Thanks again.